What we've started to do in our pilots, and we'll be launching in November and releasing to the public in January, is filling a bucket, if you like, with wonderful quality, on-the-ground video news reporting. And then we will use a powerful algorithm to construct an up-to-date news bulletin at the moment that you want it. So that it will, and using some very, very elegant technology, we will then be able to curate that in a way that doesn't look like a sort of a series of videos, that will absolutely feel like a human-produced TV news program.
So a show.
A news show. But you will pick as the individual, for instance, how long you have. So if you've got 10 minutes, we'll give you a 10-minute show. If you've got 20 minutes, we'll give you a 20-minute show. And that doesn't mean that if we give you a 10-minute show, we'll give you half the stories of a 20-minute show. We will actually have recut all the pieces so that you will get a kind of a shorter version of each story. And what you will get is something that's relevant to where you are geographically, something that's absolutely up to date for the moment that you press the button. Because the great thing about Reuters is it is a breaking news organization. So, we can get stuff on air actually quicker probably than any other organization in the world. And we will then curate that for you. It will be relevant, as I say, to your location, absolutely up to date. And over time, as we learn what you're interested in, we'll still do a little bit of making you eat your greens. It won't be that if you always swipe over, for instance. So what you'll be able to do, because it only appears to be a curated program, is if you don't like a particular segment, you can just swipe through it, even though it kind of will play as a single program. And so what we will be able to do is to learn what you're interested in and what you're not interested in, and in subtle ways begin to make the program even more relevant to you as an individual, as well as your geography and as well as the time. So that's one of the services that we'll be providing. The other one, however, is that I think there are a lot of people today, perhaps less in this room than in the wider public, who actually don't want to be intermediated by a news organization. And so what we're also providing is a live feed service. And what you'll be able to do is just drop in on the major news events of the day. So that rather than, you will actually be able to drop in on the protests in Hong Kong. You'll be able to drop in on Obama's speech. You'll be able to drop in on what's going on in Ukraine.
A single live feed or
multiple live feeds, and you pick the one you want. And then using proprietary technology, we then are clustering the Twitter conversations that are going on about that. We as media owners often think that we have to kind of own the conversation and we are the convening power of the conversation. Right. But actually there's a huge conversation going on out there. And if you can actually bring the conversation rather than thinking you have to be the source of the conversation, but then give people a way of participating in the conversation from where they are, we believe that will be enormously powerful. So you will have people in those events who are tweeting. You might say, well, isn't that obvious? Isn't that just a hashtag? But actually you need quite complicated technology, because we want to be able to do that potentially before the hashtag has been identified. And actually, if you think about Twitter, it's inherently disorganized. So somehow you have to use very sophisticated technology, and one of the great advantages of working for a powerful organisations like Thomson Reuters is we've got a huge R&D department that is actually working on proprietary clustering technology for Twitter that we use for all sorts of other things across Thomson Reuters, but we'll be using it in here to be able to bring the Twitter conversation relevant to whatever it is that you're looking at through live feeds, and then people will be able to participate.